In this video, we will talk about how to find the equation of a perpendicular bisector. So what is a perpendicular bisector? Well, if we have 2 points like this, and we want to find the perpendicular bisector, that's the line that is directly perpendicular to this line, or in other words, it forms a 90-degree angle with this line, and it perfectly bisects this line. So it goes right through the midpoint of these 2 points. So how can we find a perpendicular bisector? Well, we can use this 3-step process right here. So let's walk through an example. The first step is we need to find the midpoint between these 2 points. So the midpoint, I'll label it with a capital M, is calculated like this. x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. And what this is doing is this x1 plus x2 divided by 2, this is the average of the x values. And y1 plus y2 divided by 2 is the average of the y values. So that means it's going to land right here at the midpoint between these 2 points. So how do we calculate that? So let's label this point x1, y1, and we'll label this point x2, y2. So x1 plus x2, that would be 1 plus 3. So we get 1 plus 3 divided by 2. And then y1 plus y2, that would be 2 plus 6 divided by 2. So what do we get? 1 plus 3, that's 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So our midpoint is 2, 4. So that's step 1. So let's rewrite that over here. Okay, step 2 is we need to find the slope between the 2 points. So the slope, I'll write a lowercase m to indicate that. It's calculated as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So what do we get? So y2 is 6, y1 is 2. So we get 6 minus 2 over x2 minus x1, that would be 3 minus 1. So we get 6 minus 2 is 4, 3 minus 1 is 2. So 4 divided by 2, that equals 2. So I'll write that over here. Okay, the last step is we need to find the equation of the perpendicular line. So if we were to find a line that was parallel to this line, it would look like this. Y equals mx plus b, where the m is 2. So if we said y equals 2x plus b, 2, this would represent a line with a slope that is the exact same as this slope, where it would be parallel. To find a perpendicular line, we have to use the negative reciprocal of the slope that we found. So if we imagine that the slope is 2 over 1, the negative reciprocal of that, remember the reciprocal, we're just switching the numerator and denominator. So that would be 1 over 2, and we want the negative version of that, so negative 1/2. So what we're going to do is use the equation y equals negative 1/2 x plus b. And what we really want to do is solve for b right here, because that's the only thing missing from writing our perpendicular equation. So what we do is, this midpoint that we found earlier, 2, 4, we're going to plug in the 2 for x and the 4 for y, and we'll solve for b right here. So we'll say 4 is equal to negative 1/2 times 2 plus b. We need to solve for b. So what do we get? 4 is equal to negative 1/2 times 2, that's just negative 1 plus b. So if we add a 1 to each side, we can see that b is equal to 5. So as our final answer, we can write it like this. Y is equal to negative 1/2 x plus b. b we just found was 5. So this is the equation of the perpendicular bisector. So you can use this exact same process to find a perpendicular bisector whenever you're given 2 points.